Light, and knocks the 10-pin out of there. Comes up that half pocket hit. And he's looking over at someone. I don't know who it was over here.
Mike, what kind of an advantage for Les to have bowled an entire game on that pair to make those adjustments?
I think more than the adjustments, it's mental or emotional that he's settled down now and throwing the ball the way he wants to throw it. Weber quickly up to the line. And does he get the message? Yes!
Well, it has been his week all week long, as Dick Weber led this tournament by 506 pins, and there's one of the reasons why.
That was the head pin. Comes all the way across the lane and gets the 10, no doubt.
In talking with Dick, he has never led a tournament by more than he did this one this week.
And I don't think he's ever bowled any better than he did this week.
Well, when you average 231 for 36 games, you're doing something right.
At age 56. Amazing, isn't it?
You almost expect it out of Weber.
To take an early 10-pin lead. Light, 2-pin. He never got out of that thumb hole clean. And you see him put his hand down like that. When Weber puts his hand down like that as a gesture, that means that he wants to settle down, slow down, and stay down at the line.
He may be one of those guys that maybe one of the greatest adjusters at the line of trying to figure out what you've done wrong and make the reaction with your hand.
Has the 2-pin, no problem. Now watch him here. It'll be hard to see, but he just never gets his thumb out of this ball cleanly. Dick throws a semi-spinner anyway. He comes over the top of this ball, and he just didn't get his thumb out of that ball as clean as he wanted. See how he came up at the line there? Didn't stay down the way he wanted to. Zikes, a more deliberate player, bounces that ball to get that good feel to take a quick 10-pin lead here. A little high, and the 6, 7, 10. Boy, just couldn't take advantage of the opportunity. Weber gave it to him. That was the opportunity right there to jump out ahead of Weber quickly. Playing that fallback shot, and it didn't fall back. Cross lane at the 10-pin, or the 6, 7, 10 rather. I think he's going for it here. He almost has to in this kind of situation.
He's given it a chance. Oh! Well, the crowd appreciative of that effort as Les-Zikes hung it out on the gutter. And at this point in time, after 2 frames, tournament leader Dick Weber leads by 12 pins, and Zikes will have to come back and try and strike on lane 59.
Emotionally, that has to really be a downer because he just, had gotten his act together, thrown the ball pretty well in the right lane at the tail end of game number 1 that he bowled. Knocks out that wall shot.
Well, the important thing, as you mentioned before, when you do make a mistake or you do open up at this level, you've got to come back and you've got to strike, and he's got those pins shaking all over the deck.
And we see the 4, 5, 7 as the head pin cleaned him out. And ironically enough, that's the hit that made Dick Weber famous, and he gets it thrown against him.
Well, he's used that a few times this week as well. Weber with a 12-pin lead, shooting in the 3rd.
A little high, leaves the 4-pin. And Weber is just, he is anxious right now. He's not settled down the way Dick can throw the ball.
Mike, when you don't have an opportunity to bowl on national television for 6 or 8 or 9 months at a time, do you get a little rusty out there? Is it a little more difficult to get your emotions under control?
I think it's a confidence matter more than the time matters. He goes cross lane at the 4-pin. He's just not sure of himself on the lanes, on the pair of lanes right now. I don't really think it's so much the fact that he hasn't been on television, because he was recently in a television show that he won in the Budweiser Hall of Fame Classic. Mm-hmm. And it's just a matter that he's not sure of himself on the lanes. The ball's not reacting as well as it had all week for him.
Dick Weber looking for PBA title number 28, matching the total number of years he's been a member of that organization.
Through the heart, breaks up the split, leaves just the 4-7, but he has given Zikes life.
We've seen a lot of high scores already here today, but in the title match, you're in a situation now where things are starting to tighten up a little bit.
Weber cross lane at the 4-7. Stuck at that line. Makes the 4-7. To take the lead in the match. Trails by 9. A little more speed this time. And knocks the 10-pin out of there. Great shot. Now, he never made a move with his feet that time, Dan. He just got a little more loft on that ball, a little more speed, and the ball set right in the pocket.
So the first key double in the title match, and it came after a split for Les-Zikes, and now he leads by 1. And, well, heck, we're all back to even.
Right. Neither player has wanted to take charge in this final match. See if Zikes can really kind of step up the pace here a little bit, get 3 in a row to take an 11-pin lead. Boy, he just lofted that one out there. And he looks at his hand. He just never got that off his thumb at all. It's just nobody wants to take charge. He said something to Weber, and Weber laughed.
Well, they're obviously very, very good friends. I'd like to touch on that, though. Perhaps the one characteristic of the seniors tournaments is the fact that these guys, hey, they're competing. They want to win, but they love the competition. They love to get to bowl against each other. That's the important thing.
Right now, the important thing is he makes the 3, 6, 9, 10, because that is a difficult spare, and he's not getting the thumb out of the ball right now. It's starting to hang up on him. He's in trouble, and he doesn't make it. Boy, it's just here, you take it. No, I don't want it right now.
Little problem with the grip that time, and you could almost sense that Les was a little bit uncomfortable with that thumb, and he just didn't know if it was going to come out of the ball properly, and obviously it didn't. So now Weber on the bench now leads by 15 pins and would like to extend that lead heading into the 5th.
And both of our players here are wearing 2 different shoes. Weber has on a white shoe and a black shoe. The reason for this is, though, that he wouldn't slide too much. The approaches have been on the slippery side. Weber comes in light, gets his famous wall shot. He's been doing that all week long, and Zikes has a tennis shoe on his right foot so that he can not slip.
Weber's been winning with that wall shot for the last 30 years.
Yes, he certainly has. He carried a few of them against me that way.
No, he never did.
Dick Weber right now is the Midwest Regional Director of the PBA, and Les-Zikes lives in Chicago in that region, so they have times that they work together. Weber for a double. And blows him out of there. Now we have somebody ready to take charge. What a shot.